Hi everyone, good morning. Am I audible? Okay, I think you can hear me, right? Okay. Uh, I think most of you joined yesterday's workshop, and I think few of you joined the last week demo sessions, right? So today onwards, there are no more demos. We'll be starting with the content. Having said that, is there anyone who is completely new for today's class? Not attended any demo before?
Yes, I am here. Today I have joined.
Okay, so this is a new kind of thing which we are starting. Officially, we have not started any content yet, but the demo sessions, if you are new, can you do one thing like if you go to YouTube, you will get full stack data science demo videos are already uploaded there. People who joined today newly, I will suggest them kindly go to the YouTube and then search for Durgas of data science. You will get lot of videos. Please mute yourself, everyone. Please mute yourself, everyone. Yeah. So if you are new to today's class, only thing that we have seen is in the demo sessions. In the demo sessions, we discussed what is this course is about, what is the course highlights, right? What kind of projects we're going to do, what is the syllabus, who can enroll for this course, what is the scope of this particular course. After taking this course, where you can see yourself, right? What kind of roles you can apply, what is the difference between different roles, what is data science, what is data science life cycle, what is artificial intelligence, what is the salary expectation. You have x amount of experience in other domain. If you want to switch to data science, what are the challenges you may face, or what is the advantage, what are the disadvantage. All of these things very nicely we have discussed in the previous demo sessions. So my suggestion is please go to YouTube and type Durgasoft data science. You will find lot of demo videos. Please see the full stack data science course demo videos, because from your batch onwards the content is different, right? Please mute yourself, everyone. First of all, please mute, because this is a group class, right? Otherwise I have to mute everyone, right? But I don't want to do that, so please mute yourself, right? I'll give everyone to ask any questions, but please mute yourself. First of all, I can still see some of you have not muted. Suraj, can you mute? Suraj, can you mute yourself? I think she's not there, so I'm muting you. Okay. Okay, so basically, if you joined today newly and today is your first class, you please go to YouTube and see the demo recordings. And if you have any questions on that, feel free to ask me in tomorrow's session. Okay. And the timing for the morning, so there are two things I think I already told you in the workshop and other demos. If your evening times are suitable, join evening 9 p.m. today. No need to join 8 p.m. demo again. If you joined here, please join 9 p.m. If you want to start the batch immediately 9 p.m. evening, you can join, and 9 to 10 every day we have classes, right? So 9 p.m. evening batch, we just started this last Friday, so you can join 9 p.m. But if your timing is morning timing is suitable, please join this timing 9 a.m. right? And after some days, I'm going to one of my batch is going to finish, and after that I'm going to change this 9 a.m. to 7 a.m. later, right? I don't think you have any issues with 7 a.m. timing. Is there any problem with 7 a.m.? Then please join 9 p.m. So you have two timing flexibility. One is 7 a.m. morning and 9 p.m. evening. Whatever is suitable, please join. But initially 1 or 2 weeks we will join at this time 9 a.m. right? The timing and everything is clear to everyone. So two timings 9 p.m. right, and then morning this time. Okay, now what we will do today is we will start with the installation. So what installation we will do today is called Python installation. So Python, I will suggest you to go with Anaconda installation. Why? Because you all are beginner and it is very much recommended to go with Anaconda installation. Having said that, there is no restriction. If you have already Python present, no need to do anything, no need to install again. But if you don't have Python, if you are kind of doing it for the first time, my recommendation is go to Anaconda Python. In Google, if you type Anaconda Python, Anaconda is an open source distribution for Python. And what is the advantage? You will get IDE also along with Python. You will also find IDEs are also installed. So Jupyter Notebook and Spider, both of these IDE will be installed along with your Python. Plus, all of the package management will be easier, and lot of the package which is important will also be installed. Today, in today's session, we will be discussing about Python installation and basic Python help functions. That is a takeaway for today's class. And people who did not attend the demo sessions, today is the first class. We are starting officially from very level 0 from scratch. You can understand everything, but if you have any demo related queries, please see the video recordings that is there in YouTube. Here you come to individual edition Anaconda. And what you can see is here, if you go down, there is something called download. If you click on this download, before that, let us understand what is this Anaconda. So this is Anaconda is an open source Python distribution. You can also use Jupyter Notebook and Spider, which ID you will get along with Anaconda. So just click on this Anaconda download, and then if you can come to this site, you have your respective operating system wise your installers. You can select whatever is your operating system. Based on that, you can install. Let's say mine is Windows 64, so I'll be selecting 64-bit graphical installer. Click on this. It is a exe file. It will take some time. It is 477 MB. And then once it is downloaded, what you can do is click next, 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 and done. The installation is 1 minute task. Within 1 minute, your installation will be done. And once the installation is done, you will get Python installed. You will get IDEs installed like Jupyter and Spider. You will get all the Python important package that is also auto install. Lot of things will be installed automatically for you, right? Now, if you are a person like, if you think you already know this Python basics, if you want to skip and kind of directly join, you can talk to me. I have another batch. You can join there, but this batch is from scratch, right? Okay, so once you have downloaded this particular Anaconda Python, what you can do is you can simply click on next, 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 and then install. People who are Mac and Linux user, they can also do the same thing once download is done. How you install any software, just in the same way, you can click on this next, 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 and then done. So just click on this, double click, and then it will be installed. So see what I'm doing now is next, and then here I agree. Here just me is recommended. Do not do any changes here, just me. And then next, here you can browse your path where you want to install. So default path is users, right? Users Susmita, and there will be a folder named Anaconda which will be created. But if you want to install, let's say you're using Office laptop or something, C drive is blocked. So you can try D drive or E drive, wherever you want to install. Select that path here and then click on finish. So the installation is completed. Let me repeat. Step number 1 is Python installation. We are talking about how to install Python. You are free to install Python how you think, how you feel like number 1 is, if you already have Python, no need to do this. You can skip this process. But if you are a new kind of coder and you don't have Python installed before, my suggestion is you can go with Anaconda Python. Lot of things we can manage with this Anaconda Python. This is very easy, and industry wide it is accepted. Even in very restricted environments like investment bank, there also you can download and install Anaconda. There is no restriction on Anaconda. It's completely open source for individual usage. So you can go ahead and download from Anaconda. Type Google Anaconda Python download button. If you click, you will go there. If you click on that, and you will get this Anaconda folder, and then next, 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 and then completed. Installation is done once you have downloaded. How to check whether your download is completed or not? So what you can do is, you can actually come to this folder, the path, right? C user Susmita, and there you will find Anaconda 3 folder. Or if you're a Mac or Windows user, you can also find this in your main start menu. Can you see this folder called Anaconda 364-bit? Anaconda 364-bit folder, you can see. You can click on this. Lot of things you can see. Anaconda Navigator, Jupyter Notebook, Spider, right? If you click on this Anaconda Navigator, which is a green color circle, which is nothing but your it's a platform where you can see everything together. So let us see what all things we get after installing Anaconda. What all things we get. So as I said, we have all of this Spider. We have this Jupyter Notebook, right? You can see this, right? This is Anaconda Navigator, the green color circle. If you click, you can see we have VS Code. If you have VS Code installed, that also can be integrated here. If you have this Jupyter Notebook, this is a IDE. This Spider, this one is nothing but an IDE. And you got all your IDE setup done. So this is your IDE, this is your IDE, this is your IDE, this is your IDE, right? So all of the IDE is done. Then you have your all of this in fact, if you want to write R or any program language, then also you can kind of integrate, but we are only concentrating on Python. So the IDEs are done, the Python is installed, important packages like sklearn, matplotlib, whatever is necessary for data science, all of the important packages are done. So only thing is within 1 minute, your system is ready. You can start writing your Python code. So I'll stop here. Is this installation is clear? Any question on this installation part? Python installation, can you do it yourself today? After today's class, can you do this installation yourself? It will take 1 minute. Please say yes, yes, if you are clear with this installation, and ask me if you have any questions on this. Is this clear? Yes? Okay. Super simple installation. It's very, very simple, right? Just you need to download and click next, next, next. Okay. How to now, what once you understood about this Python installation, next thing is which IDE I will use, right? I have lot of IDE option, like I have VS Code, Atom, Vim, I have Jupyter Notebook, Spider, PyCharm, I have IntelliJ also. You can integrate lot of IDE option. I should use. Absolutely, it's your choice, user choice. Whatever you are comfortable with, you use it. You are comfortable with VS Code, you use it. You are comfortable with Atom and Vim, you use it. Comfortable with Spider, Jupyter, you use it. Nobody is going to tell you which ID. It's completely your choice. Having said that, as a data scientist, if you know like all IDs are kind of same, right? Spider or PyCharm, you have a editor where you will write your text, or maybe basically the Python code, and there will be a area where you will run it and see the output. So you can see most of this ID, the layout is very much similar. So very quickly you can switch from one ID to another ID. But there is one ID which is different than any of this ID, that is called Jupyter Notebook. Even though you are not using Jupyter Notebook, you should know it. Why? Because most of the tutorial in internet and most of the blogs, articles that you find related to data science, most of the GitHub projects that you will find, or most of your team members that they are sharing their code with you, you will find maybe they are using Jupyter Notebook. So you should know at least what is Jupyter Notebook and how to use Jupyter Notebook. In this course, I will be using Jupyter because Jupyter Notebook is very good for teaching purpose. I can write the code, execute it, and show it. And also this is very good for data science related projects. So I will be using Jupyter, but it is not like you should also use Jupyter. As I said, you are free to use any IDE of your choice. There is no restriction in IDE. If you're using PyCharm, still you can integrate Anaconda and PyCharm. All the packages that is already there in Anaconda, you can sync it with your PyCharm. So I'm not telling you to use Jupyter, but you should know how to use Jupyter. Whether you're using or not, it's your choice. But at least Jupyter Notebook is one of the tool that every data scientist should know. Why? As I said, lot of tutorials, even Google Colab is a Jupyter format IDE. You go to any whatever you are searching, right? You will find in internet most of the tutorial are in Jupyter Notebook format. Blogs, articles are in Jupyter Notebook format. GitHub, if you download Kaggle, if you download it's in notebook format. So notebook, at least you should not tell I don't know about notebook. That's not accepted, right? So I will give you a quick tutorial on Jupyter Notebook. These are the prerequisite for the course. So basically, before we start with the Python content, we're just preparing ourselves. This is called prerequisite. You know the IDE, you know the installation. Then we will start with Python maybe tomorrow onwards. So how to open this Jupyter Notebook? So you have two options. First is you can launch here from the Anaconda Navigator, which I don't like. Easiest way is go to your start menu, right? Go to your start menu, Anaconda 3 if you expand. Here you will see Jupyter Notebook Anaconda 3. Click on this Jupyter Notebook Anaconda 3. It will open. If you are a Mac or Linux user, how to open Jupyter Notebook? Go to your terminal. Where you need to go? Terminal. You go to your terminal and type Jupyter space notebook and hit enter. If you click on this Jupyter space notebook and click on enter, it will open in a separate IDE. Let me repeat. If you are a new user, right, how to open Jupyter Notebook. In Windows, you have directly Jupyter Notebook available in Start menu. You can click on that inside Anaconda 3 folder. Or you can also type Jupyter space notebook in the terminal in Mac and Linux system, even in Windows. You can type Jupyter space notebook, hit enter. What is this? You can see this is local host. This is a web browser, right? Kind of, it is a kind of browser based IDE. And why I'm saying Jupyter is separate. If you know PyCharm, Spider is very similar. If you know Spider, IntelliJ is very similar. But this particular Jupyter is very different than other. And why this is different? Because you have markdown support, right? You have markdown support. So what is markdown and how it is different? Let us understand Jupyter Notebook quickly, right? A quick summary. And the detailed description, I will send you a video so that you can go through the detailed description about Jupyter Notebook. So Jupyter Notebook, this is the home page. Let us first understand how to open a notebook to write a Python script. Can you see this new? There is a new and there is a upload, two button. So you click on this new, this symbol. To click on this new, you will get new Python notebook option, right? Which you can open. So let me show you, right? I'm clicking on this new Python 3. Click on this Python 3. And all of these class recordings will be provided to you. In case you miss or join late, please go through the recordings. So whatever I have opened is called a notebook. So what is a notebook? You come to your home folder. If you want to open a Python notebook where you can write your Python script, go to your new and click on this Python 3. So what you get this is called a Python notebook. Now how, like you can see here, it does not only allows you to write Python code, it also support Markdown. Now Markdown is a kind of HTML support. So where you can write a lot of things. If I select here Markdown, now this is Markdown. Let's say I'm just I'm just writing some text. This is my first program. This is my first program. Simply you have written the text and run it. How to run it? There is a run command, triangle symbol for any Python code or any markdown. If you want to run, you just click on this run. And this is a text. Has it thrown error? No. Why? Because this is markdown. Other ID, can you write like this? No, you cannot. You have to comment or document using hash symbol. But in Jupyter, you can comment or document nicely using your markdown mode. Not only this, you can create lot of things. You can add hyperlinks. You can add images. You can add bullet points. You can add bold italic letters. You can change the font color. You can add headers. Lot of markdown you can write. And whenever you need Python code, let's say I'm just writing Python code. Let's say this is print command I'm writing hello Python, right? Hello Python and run. I can see the output. So this is my hello Python output. So this is my markdown. So this is my Python code and the top one is my markdown. Let us understand a little bit about markdown, right? How to create nice documents. And I'll tell you why this kind of Jupyter is helpful later, right? So let me open in this way, right? I'll have already done this. So maybe I'll use the previous batch file. 1 second. Okay, so this kind of note I will share you every class. So Jupyter Notebook tutorial. So I think it's a simple text you can write like this. If you want to write this kind of items, bullet points, how to write? Change to markdown and simply write hyphen item 1, hyphen item 2, hyphen item 3. Let's say one more, I want to write item 4 or 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever bullet points you want to add, just simply and then run this. Simply run this. And you will find bullet points. Let me repeat, simple text, you write the text and run this, simple text, bullet points, simple text, just a hyphen before the text, just a hyphen before the text, giving some space. This is wrong. So hyphen and then there should be some space, hyphen space text will make it bullet points, unordered list, hyphen, space, and then text will make it bullet points. Numbers, if you want, you don't want bullet points like 1 2 3 number, you want super simple, just 1 dot space the text, 2 dot space the text, 3 dot space the text, and so on. If you write, that will become 1 2 3, right? And even super like subset, if you want to create, just the same thing. One, you have written item 1, and then you give some space. Let's say item 2 I want to write, so tab, I have given one tab, and from here I will start. Let's say this is item 2.1, right? Subsection inside section 2. And again, let's say this is item, let's say this is 2.2. And then if I run this, you can see this is nicely bullet point and nicely I have written the items. Why this is important? Because later in this course, when we create and when we go to this kind of projects, we need we need to write lot of documentation. Let's say this is a machine learning project. Later in the course, we're going to do this kind of project. Can you see I have made this heading? Please mute yourself, everyone. I can see still noise. So medical cost review analysis, this is the header, and then we have this text. Can you see this bullet point? How I have written this bullet point? See this hyphen and then text, hyphen and then text, hyphen and then text. What you are learning later, you will be using it. And then once I have explained what is this data is about, I have given a heading. So below line of code, what it is doing, it is importing libraries and reading data. So this kind of headings, nice documentation you can do later if you understand basics about Jupyter Notebook. I will go ahead, but do you have any questions so far, or it is clear?
मैडम की आवाज ही नहीं आ पा रही यार मुझे ईयरफोन जैसे ईयरफोन कनेक्ट लगा तो उनकी आवाज नहीं आ रही
Savdar, can you hear me? I think others can
ये
hear.
पूरा सॉफ्टवेयर
Maybe
खुल भी गया है
I think he has some audio issue. Okay, others, you can hear me, right? Am I audible to others? Okay. So far, is it clear? So what we have discussed so far, how to install Jupyter Notebook, Anaconda, Python. Once we have discussed how to install Anaconda Python, next what we have discussed is how to use Jupyter Notebook. And I can still hear a lot of noise. Please mute yourself, everyone. This is a group class. I think this is very common rule. Please try to understand, right? Others should not be disturbed because of us, right? It's not good. So please mute yourself. If you have any question, feel free to ask me. First type in the chat window, and every section, 5 minutes, I will give everyone to ask any questions, right? Okay, so far is it clear? Did you understand how to install Anaconda Python, and then how to open this Jupyter Notebook, how to write simple text, how to write ordered and unordered list? Till here is it clear, everyone? It is clear? Okay. So what you need is, after today's class, take the recording. Also, this is also available in YouTube. If you have still not enrolled, you can still get these recordings in YouTube. Session 1, session 2, if you type, you will get. I'll share the link of this Jupyter tutorial. You open your Jupyter Notebook and do it once. What I am doing here, until and unless you do it yourself, you will not be 100% clear. So try to do it yourself. This is worth spending some time, because if you are clear about this, later in the course, you can create nice documentation like this, right? After you give bullet points, what else you can do? You can write a text in bold. How to write a text in bold? 2 times star star bold 2 times. So star star is for bold. For example, let's say this text, I want to make it bold. What I will do, before this text, I will write star star, and after this text, I will write star star. So whatever text I will write within 2 times star star, that will be bold. So let me run, so you can see the text is bold. Sometimes if you want to highlight some of the documents or some of the part of the text, you can always make it bold. How you can make it bold? 2 times star star, within that you can write that text and it will become bold. How to make it italic? Bold is 2 times star star, 1 time star is italic, star and then star. 1 time star star is italic. 2 times star star is bold, 1 time star is italic. You need to remember, you need to mug it up everything, right? 2 times star star bold, 1 time star is italic, and then just writing one dot space, two dot space is number, hyphen space text is bullet point. And after that you need to do understand about header. So what is this header? For example, here I want to write some header, right? Where is that note? Yes. We're discussing, have I closed? Yeah, here. So let's say here I want to write some header. So what I will do is, in this code is there, markdown is there. Can you see something called heading is there? Heading. Click on this heading, right? And then you can click on this OK. So hash. Simple thing is, you don't want to go through that. Simply in your keyboard you can type 1 2 hash, right? Escape 1, escape 2, escape 3 also will make you create headers. So now you write your header name. Let's say this is Python note. This is what? Python note. So you can see this is escape 1, right? So what I have done is, you have to change it to header mode. What mode? You have to change it to header mode, or maybe markdown. You can, after you change it to markdown mode, press 1. 1 means 1 hash. This is your Python node, and click on this run. You can see this is my Python node. You want to create a subsection under this Python node. Let's say you have different subjects. First is your variable. Let's say Python node, first subject is variable. So you want to create a subheading, or let's say core Python, advanced Python, like this subsection you want to create. So you can type escape in your keyboard, type escape. See what happened? Escape and then 2. What I have done? Escape and then 2 I have typed. And then this is second heading. This is, let's say I am creating a subsection. This is core Python. And then you can run this. So this is little smaller in size than the first. Another subsection you want to create inside core Python, you want to create, let's say variable, which is a chapter, or let's say function, right? Core Python is, it's a kind of section, and inside that subsection is your function. So how to write it? Escape 3, escape 3, even small header. You write here whatever section name. Let's say this is nothing but Python node, and inside that core Python you have, and inside core Python you have a subject called, you want to write this code about function. So function is a part of core Python, which is a part of Python node. And right now you can write your code, Python code. This is your Python code, right? So escape 4 means escape, and then 4 means level 4 heading. Escape 1, level 1 heading, 1 2 3 4, different levels of headings like this you can give. And this is what I have shown you here. Header 1 is 1 hash, right? Header 2 is 2 hash. Header 3 is 3 hash. Header 4 is 4 hash. So how to write hash? Escape 1, escape 2, escape 3. So this is how you can write headers. You understood about bold, you understood about italic, you understood about headers, you understood about items, you understood about text. Next thing that you need to understand is about URL. Let's say you read about a very nice blog or very good article relevant to the project. Let's say you're writing code about Python function, and you found a very good note about Python function, and you want to add that note URL in your particular Jupyter notebook so that others can take help, or you yourself later when you take this note you can take reference. So how to add URLs? You have this ahref. There is another simple way, but you can also use the markdown tag. I think everybody knows about it. Ahref, and within that you write the URL. Let's say this python.org. This is the reference link I want to add, and then this is the text what you want to show. Click here for more Python reference, or for more Python tutorial, click here whatever you want to write, right? Ahref, and then you write the URL text and then close this a tag. So what will happen is, if I click on this, click here, see where it is taking me, where it is taking Python official documentation site, right? So any website URL you can add in your Jupyter notebook along with Python code. If you want to add any URL, not only that, if you want to show some image, especially it is very good for image processing project. If you want to display any image, you can use this Jupyter called From IPython display import image you are importing, and then image you pass the path where you have saved this image. Owl.png is present in my downloads. I'm giving this path, and if it is a URL, then also you can specify the URL. If this is not an URL, this is a local file, so I'm just commenting it. And then if you run this, you can see this image is displayed. This image is displayed. So any kind of image if you want, right, you can display always in this manner. How to add URL you understood, how to add images you understood, how to give headers you understood, how to make your text bold you understood, italic you understood, item numbering you understood, simple text you understood. I think this is sufficient. This is sufficient for Jupyter Notebook. Markdown, it is sufficient. You can create lot of nice markdown. Other Jupyter tool related tutorial, I think this is super simple. You have all the tabs. What is this run? This will execute your command. If you want to execute your command, you can click on this run. Plus means it will add new cell, right? You can write entire Python code inside same cell, or you can split your Python code block wise. First block is data collection, second block is data pre-processing. How you want, you can write it. So this is your plus means new cell will be added. You want to delete, right? The Caesar symbol means cut means cell will be deleted. Let's say mistakenly you have deleted. Let's say this particular, I have written print, my caps lock is on, sorry. So I have written this print, and then I have written this hi, and then what I did is mistakenly I have deleted this mistakenly, and I want it back, right? Restore. So simple Z, if you click on this Z keyword, control sorry, not control Z, only Z, or like G or Z, the last letter of English alphabet, if you type that in your keyboard, this is called undo. So it will back, right? Whatever you have deleted, you will get it back. For example, this one I have deleted Z, it will be back. This one I have deleted Z, it will be back. So anything if you have deleted mistakenly, what command you will type? Z command. Z command will make it back or bring it back. And if you want to kind of download, so you can ask me one question. Okay, I have created this nice document. Now how I can download? You will be surprised how many formats this Jupyter is supporting. So if you go this almost 10 to 12 formats, like HTML formats, notebook formats, right? Python formats, PDF formats. You don't want to share your code with others, you can download it in PDF format. Nobody can do anything, just they can view, no change. Want to kind of download in .py Python extension so that anybody can open it. You can download in .py format, .python extension, right? You want to download in HTML, yes, you can download in HTML format. Your manager is a manager who is leading a team, and he no need to download all of these packages, Python and everything to see your code. Simply it's a HTML file. You can, I have just downloaded it, so you can just like this, he can view entire project or entire code. He can view. See, this is what we have done. This is your HTML format file, right? Directly you can download in HTML. One more very important thing is, please, when you download this, right, when if it is IPYNB format, it is Jupyter specific format. I'll tell you why there is a separate format for Jupyter, why it cannot support .py. Tell me, other IDE people who have used like IntelliJ, PyCharm and other, are they supporting Markdown? Tell me, can you write these bullet points and other headers there? Are they supporting Markdown? Answer is no. Now you have written your code using Markdown. Python code every IDE can understand, but what about the Markdown? Will they be able to understand? Answer is no. So if you convert this note into .py extension, all the Markdown will be commented. What will happen? All the Markdown code will be commented. Only Python code will remain, which you can run it any IDE. If you are using this Jupyter format, you have to download in .ipynb, right? So this untitled.ipynb I have downloaded. If I want to view it later, or if I share these files with you in your drive, you download it from the drive, how you can view it? From this upload, you have to upload this file. So this is IPYNB. IPYNB you can open in which ID? If the file is saved in IPYNB format, can you type your answer? Which ID can only open? If the format of the file is IPYNB, which ID you can use to open it? Jupyter. Do not try to open IPYNB file in any other IDE. Spider, PyCharm, Vim, VS Code will not be able to open because it is in Markdown format. Only Python notebook can be opened in Python Jupyter notebook. So this is IPYNB. I can open it and then upload, and then I can view it. Already it is there, so it is telling me to overwrite. Right, you can see lot of every file format. Can you see the extension IPYNB, IPYNB? IPYNB means Jupyter Notebook format. Do not try to open this IPYNB file in other. You will get error, file not recognized, error. So if your intention is to share your code with others who are using other Python ID, download it in .py extension, IPYNB. But IPYNB will help you to create nice documentation, right? So which is helpful. Okay, so I think we are all good at Jupyter. I just given you a very good tutorial on Jupyter. I think you should be able to use Jupyter, but detailed tutorial where you will get. I'm going to share. This is already there in YouTube. Both of this today's class, you will get it in YouTube. So if you type Durgasoft, what you can type is, let's say if you type Durgasoft session 1, 1 second, Durgasoft data science session 1, right? If you type this thing, right, Durgasoft data science and then session 1, right? So all of these demos, that's what I was saying. So see this demo, full stack data science demo, you need to see, right? Not the other demos. Right, so this full stack data science demo, please see this. And I was talking about session 1, so just give me 1 minute. Give me 1 minute, I have to open the door. If you see the session 1, this is about Jupyter. This is about your downloading your Anaconda. So let me copy this URL and send it in the chat window for everyone. Everyone, please copy this URL. This is for Anaconda installation. Jupyter Notebook tutorial is on session 2. If you click on this session 2, this is whatever I have told you in today's class, right? Everything I already covered. If you are clear about today's class, just take the note, no need to see this, but I will recommend everyone to at least practice once looking at this video. People who have joined late, missed some of the things what we have covered, at least you copy this session 1 and session 2. This is the summary of today's class, right? No, 8 p.m. there is no class. It is if you have joined morning, no need to join 8 p.m. Directly you can join 9 p.m. Everyone, please join 9 p.m. if you are interested for evening classes. The batch is super new. Only this much I have covered, how to install in Jupyter. Python onwards, you can join 9 p.m. if you are interested for evening. Morning means please join this timing for 1 week, and then we will move to 7 a.m. once the batch is completed. Right, morning timing is 7 a.m. only for the core Python. We will join at 9. Evening timing is 9 p.m. Is it clear, everyone? No confusion, right, regarding timing? So if you are interested, today morning 9 p.m. directly you can join. 9 p.m. you can join, right, to start with Python. So everybody copied these two links. Is the copy is done? Session 2 is about Jupyter. Session 1 is about installation. Yes, every class recordings will be uploaded. Right, this is the prerequisite. Before you join class, you should know about Jupyter and you should know about Python installation. Is it clear? Today's class is clear. Any question on today's class? Please say yes if you are clear, and ask me questions if you have any doubt. Clear? Okay. If you are clear with today's class, want to continue with evening, please join 9 p.m., not 8 p.m. That's a demo again, I'll repeat there. You want to avoid this repetition, directly join 9 p.m. and continue with the class. And if you are interested for morning, continue tomorrow same time you join 9 a.m. We'll start with core Python. Okay. Okay, thank you everyone. You have any questions for me that you want to ask? Yesterday's workshop, I could not see the questions. Maybe I have to check on question box. I think I have not checked that. So anything that you want to ask, or we are all good? We are all good, right? Okay. Great. Placement assistant. Okay, is there any placement assistance? So we will prepare you for the job, but regarding the placement, I think data science, I think DevOps, data science, data engineer, all of these trending jobs, hundred of applications, right? It's not like the HRs are not getting applications so that they can take a reference. Yes, reference helps, but honestly, it's just kind of in this trending kind of domain, reference also will not help. It's totally based on your CV. I will refer someone and the CV of that person is very bad, definitely that will not help. But if I'm referring someone whose CV is really good and up to the kind of fitting with the current role that they're looking for, then they will, might be they consider your CV. So what I mean to tell you is, yes, I'm in placement assistant. In my way I can help you. I don't know about the institute. We have hirings in my team only. We are hiring 3 4 junior roles. Also I have some reference, I can help you in that. But having said that, data science roles are placement only, reference we can do, but whole thing is your own way you have to do it. Like your own CV will actually decide whether you will be selected or rejected based on your CV. Once your CV is shortlisted, then a whole your interview process, 2 3 rounds of interview, how you're performing in those interviews depends, right? Depending on that, uh, next kind of roles you will get, right? So placement assistant, in short, nobody is giving. In data science mostly it is, I mean, people I have seen, my friends Reshma and other, you can see morning she's joined in Great Learning. Having said that, Great Learning is coming, it's like walk-in interview. So it's not like Great Learning or other institutes are referring their students. No, they will give their they will from the CV they will shortlist. It's a kind of walk-in, and I think lot of walk-in you can also find yourself if you go to Naukri and other portals, right? There's no meaning if it is not a direct reference. Walk-ins, lot of walk-ins are happening around you. So direct reference mostly it will not. I referred many students, and honestly based on their CV only they will be either selected or rejected. Nobody can help in that, right? Okay. So having said that, you are fully prepared. I will, my responsibility is to make you fully prepare for the interviews, right? Helping you in CV preparation, interview tips, interview questions, mock test, coding test, 15 plus real time projects, entire mathematical algorithms detail, right? Everything you can find from us, and how much you are preparing depends on you. And the notes are super in depth. Yeah, I think I have not shown the notes in yesterday's sessions because it was a webinar, but you can want, I can show you. Let's say this regression notes if you want. Regression is such a simple machine learning algorithm, and you ask this to anyone, none of the institute will be sharing their notes for at least machine learning, and we are very confident sharing any notes that you ask. If you want video recording also, one machine learning recording you will get. So this kind of in-depth theory we will go. It's not about what is regression and implementation in Python in a project. No, we will understand the maths, the detail of every theory, the cost function, the derivation. I will be writing everything in the notebook, right? I have pen and paper. So how, see, this is today's morning class, so I will be deriving everything like this in the class, and this is the fair note you will get. So notes are very in depth. I think once we complete one particular section means you no need to waste your time in internet going for that particular algorithm again. You will be 100% super clear. Maybe you can try some extra projects, but algorithm wise, machine learning concept wise, I think that will be sufficient, right? That till that level we will cover. Okay. Thank you everyone. Let us join tomorrow onwards. Please discuss the syllabus and time. Everything I have discussed in the demo, but in short, the syllabus you can find from internet. I mean the mail you are getting, in that only ma'am will attach the syllabus. Duration is 2.5 months. Everyday class, Monday to Saturday, except Sundays, right? Fee is 16,000 only, right? Okay. Thank you everyone. Have a nice day.